Hey guys, welcome to a new guide video. Today I'll show you guys how to play Volibear top. Ability sequence: max out the W first because of the DPS and sustain, Q second for the mobility, and then E last. His ultimate is what allows him to go for plays and be a frontline for his team, so make sure to put points into this ability whenever possible. Alright guys, so Volibear's passive gives him bonus attack speed whenever he damages an opponent, and it can stack up to 5 times. Once it's fully stacked, then his auto attacks will have this lightning effect that will deal damage to nearby opponents. So this is really good to poke the opponent without directly hitting them, so you can bait out summoners like the bone plating. And then we're gonna start with a W live on here. So when you W someone, then you will wound them. So this X mark right here means they're wounded. And then when you W them once more, then they will take bonus damage, and you will also heal based on missing HP. So this is a champion that really wants to go for those extended fights because of the passive and the W right here. Already less than half HP, and we take Q level 2, you can also take E, depends on what you want. Your Q is what you use to engage with. It will give you bonus movement speed and even more movement speed when you run towards champions that are visible. And then you will stun them. It also works as an auto attack reset, and a really cool thing here is that if you get CC'd, for example stunned, while you are in this Q animation, then the effect will end, but the ability will be ready immediately, so you can use it again. So it's basically to help Volibear not get kited that much, because he is somewhat immobile. So normally in a team fight he would struggle. He would struggle a lot with the gap closing. Wait, why is she bottom side? That's weird. Okay, so she got this scuttle, so I just have to stay back here. So E guys, is a zone that will damage and slow the opponent, and if you stand on top of it, then you also get a shield. So when you fight, try to make sure that you hit the opponent and you also hit yourself. You can use this Q here to cancel his damaging ability. Then we can use our E to cut off the escape path. Okay, and it splashes down, so that's super worth it. He might be running towards Lilia, that's why I did not continue my chase. Bot down. He should not be topside anymore because he took all her camps. But you can use that E to cut off the escape path, like I'm doing here. And he is down. He did not have flash up, so that was pretty free. Oh, that's gonna suck big time if I actually die to that. It looks like it is an 80 Scion, because he has the glacial augment. But you really want to go for this extended fight, so try to stack this passive up here, and then you can look for trades, because that way you have as much attack speed as possible. Now your W guys, it procs on attack and on hit effects, so that means something like Sheen will proc it. Get a lot of bonus damage off now, so that's why having Sheen as your first item is really good. I'm gonna go for the more booster build on Volibear. It's better for solo carrying the game instead of full tank. Full tank is something you can do if you can rely on your teammates. If you have a fit laner, then you can be the front line. You'll still be a front line with this build. We are only getting 2 damage items and then we go into full tank. This is a really good balance between damage and tank. You'll still be able to frontline for your team, but you will also have some presence in the side lane. Add and use this control ward here. Place it at the very edge if possible so you get more vision towards the bottom side. There's no point placing it up here because then you lose a lot of free vision. Now here's level 6. It is an 80 Scion, so we have to respect that. Also level 6 soon. When you get level 6 we get more combat stats. A damaging ultimate that will disable nearby towers, so it's really good for tower diving. If you can coordinate it with your teammates. That's a big slow. Yeah, this is what Volibear struggles against, people that can kite him really well, so ranged champs. Might actually be dead here because he's gonna chase me. Okay, I made it out, that's fine. But guys, your ultimate also makes you unstoppable, so you can use it to cancel out CC like it did here. And also deals a lot of damage to people you hit it with at the center. So I could have used it at the start of this Scion ultimate, but I decided to keep it a bit. I thought I would survive it. Not pretty well though. Now Volibear does really well into a lot of bruisers and tanks, but you want to avoid picking him into something like Jax or ranged champions. For example, Jax can block all of his damage, right? Because of his E. So you won't be able to do anything to him. So avoid picking him into that, and also ranged champions because they can just kite you pretty easily. So Vayne, for example, you will never be able to get close to her because she is so mobile. And she also destroys tanks with her true damage. You can pick Volibear if you need a front line for your team. Also a little bit of damage. He's really good at tower diving, so if you are a duo with a jungler or you're in elo where you can coordinate with your jungler, then you can look for a lot of dives. So for example, when you're fed, you can gank the bot lane, disable their tower and get a free double. I think he has to demolish, I'm not sure. Dealing a lot of damage to the towers. Blocking while attacking here, so we can get that second W off. That's where most of the damage is at. The wave clear is pretty decent on this champion. Because of that passive, so it's not something you will be struggling with at all. Then of course you also have that E that can also help with wave clearing if you don't need it for fighting. So now the ultimate is up again, so we can look for a dive here. Now he is going tank, so it's not 80 Scion. Tried to bait out his ultimate, he did not use it. You can just constantly poke him down with his passive right here. We are slowly willing him down. So he needs to stay away from his own minion wave. There we go, and we disabled the tower and also avoided his ultimate. So if you can time it right, then you can cancel out a lot of powerful CC from the opponents. It's really easy to dive with this champion and look for plays on. Becomes even easier as you get more items, as you become tankier. Now remember your Q is an auto attack reset, so I can auto attack Q, then auto attack again. You want to make use of this sheen here, so use your abilities between to make sure you get as much damage off as possible. Now you can go ahead and reset. I think they should have this under control. That's a very weird call from Lily as well. She should not have gone for that at all, because her top laner's dead. And our mid laner has prio, so there's no point in trying to contest objectives like this. Okay, so flash down on Sion, so that means we can look for another kill here. He is going full tank though, so it will be difficult to finding those kills, but we can make it happen. Okay. Not sure what's the point of that ward. Yeah, that's cool, whatever, we can take it out. Far ahead, so we can go for plays like this, and if we do have the ultimate, then we should be able to 1 versus 2. We do see Lily on the bottom side, so. Nice. Just poked in quite a bit here. Bot lane is doing well, so that's great. And just keep pushing here. That's how we pressure. You really want those tower plates before they expire at 40 minutes in the game. And we want to cancel his Q right here if we can. Oh, okay. Somehow he got hit, but as you can see, our Q cooldown is back up. Pushing here, and if he tries to fight, then we are going to win it, because we have a lot of built-in sustain and combat stats. It needs to be really tanky before we really struggle killing him. I want to save my ultimate in case I get ganked, or when he's low HP, and then we can look for another dive. Now guys, now we have enough gold for the first core item, so it's just space. Potentially look for a gank bot. They backed off a bit too early, else I could have teleported to that ward right here and then flanked, but Keiko is hard to take down because of his invisibility, and Israel is also pretty mobile, so they need to be really far up before I teleport here. Also need to wait for my teammates to be in position. They can cut off their escape path. If they aren't, then I will just waste the teleport and end up giving a lot of free gold to Sion. Yeah. Go. He greeted for that tower plate. Watch out for his passive right here. I just want to make sure that he doesn't destroy the minion wave, so I can still go for the push. Might even be able to kill him just with my passive if he keeps walking up like this. Really strong right now, so they do not want to mess with us. Right, let's back off. Sion coming in. We have 3 people top side, so our bot lane can push easily. They have a lot of CC actually. Lilia has slows and a sleep. Lux also has some CC. Shaco also has a slow. So mercs are really good to buy this game. Go ahead and teleport here. Get the mercs. Also helps against Sion CC. We're a lot more mobile because we have the Triforce. We have a lot more damage and it's hard to kite us as well, so that's why I like to go this item on Volibear. Okay, he finished his Sunfire Cape. Just keep pushing here, we really want to take down tower if possible. And we have the Conqueror stacked up. Wow, I got body blocked. Yeah, healing for a lot though, and he doesn't really respect that. So now we should be able to take down this tower here, because he does not have a teleport up. You can see it is really easy to push waves with this champion, even though you don't have Tiamat. And push. Now demolish. This is why you had demolish, so you can actually push down the objectives really fast. It's very important to have this on champions like this. Even though you have Triforce on Volibear, you still don't have the best tower taking potential, but demolish really fixes that, so you can actually take them down without it taking ages for you. So now the mid game pretty much started. We still want one more damage item. There's also a defensive item actually, and that is the distance. Get this Aegis here for defensive stats. Get the lens, so now we can start roaming around the map. And look for dives when our ultimate is up. We'll disable towers, so go for huge plays if the teammates are ready for it. But one more thing. Oh, he died. I thought he had it. That's fine though. We can go for the drag as well, which should also be free. Not have done that. Keep pushing here. Take down the objectives. Objectives are really important. You can use that E. I can ult again, that should be fine. Okay, nice answer. Of course, now this is a bruiser build, so you aren't really that tanky to begin with. So your first two items, you're still a bit squishy, but once you have these two items and then you build a third one, that's why you can start becoming a real tank, and that's when you can really frontline for your team as well. Double buffs, I would love to have those. Very tanky though. Oh, okay, I flashed. I think it would have been better if you just use his ultimate. Go ahead and keep pushing here. It is not a split pusher. You can split push, but it's a team fighting champion obviously, so split pushing is something. Avoid unless you are that far ahead of the enemy laner that you can just 1 versus 1 anyone on the team, but otherwise stay with your team. Go fast. Yeah, Science is also pretty tanky. I kind of underestimated Lilia's movement speed she gets from him. Ability passive here. One of the most mobile champions in the game actually, if she can manage to stack it up. Go ahead and recall here. I should be able to take down this tower. Actually, let's go for the tower, just so we can end this game really fast. He has the Herald as well. Now I am low HP, or low mana I mean, so cancel his his stun. Nice, let's get out. I was worried that the minions will block me, so I end up dying. That's right. I can go ahead and recall, so I have teleport up soon, so I definitely want to be healthy before we decide to push even further, so let's get out of here. Nice. People get really greedy when they see others with low HP. It's almost like they would do anything just to chase us down. Go ahead and push here. I'm gonna take the mid tower. He has the herald so they can push top. I can get this tower mid here, that way we get as much as possible. Okay, she should not have used the herald like that. Always make sure you take out the minions before you use it. Otherwise it will waste time attacking the minions and then people could potentially come and stop it. Well, so we don't have any mana issues. Right, let's keep pushing here. I'm gonna play for the objectives always. I don't care that much about the kills right now. If you don't go for the objectives, then there's always a chance for the enemy team to turn it around, right? But the objectives is the way you make sure to close out the game. Give them zero chances of coming back. Heal for a lot. Icarus here, come here. There he is. I thought I could get one more. I think he's, yeah, he survives with like 1 HP. Kinda. So now we have the death stance, so of course it is an offensive item, but it also has really good defensive stats. For example, the passive here that turns the damage you receive into bleed instead, so you take it over time instead of receiving it immediately. That's gonna nullify a lot of bursts from champions like Dogs for example, Shaco as well. Because during that time you'll be able to heal back up since you don't receive the damage immediately. That makes it really tanky. So now we can go ahead and build some more tank items. So they have a lot of magic damage on their teams. Of course we want an MR item. Go ahead and buy this item here. Sell this refillable potion, we do not need it anymore. Now this lens here also helps 49 vision, but Shaco boxes, for example, is really good against him. Okay. The Drake in the sec here. It is the soul, so that's why I want it. Now it might actually be risky, because our teammates are dead. Ilya's going top, so maybe I can secure it in time, we'll see. Nice, we got it. That's pretty huge for us, because we get a lot of bonus movement speed when we use our ultimates right now. It makes it even harder to kite us. Let's see if we can find Lux. Might actually be warded. Oh, looks like it isn't. Alright, flash is down. I'm fine with trading flashes at this point, because they're the ones who need it most. I'm just a tank, the front line for the team, so they won't really be focusing me down. Right, let's go ahead and get this item here. Go to the bottom side. He can take down towers relatively fast as well because he has Demolish. Works really great on tanks. And okay, he also has an MR item. I'm going for the other MR item right now because it's better at disabling or reducing the damage you take from the same damage source. For example, against Cassiopeia, other champions with poison right now. They have Lilia, which basically uses the same abilities over and over. That's a lot better than a Spirit Visage, even though it's going to increase our healing. We don't really care about the healing that much right now. We just want to survive for as long as possible. And if they, for example, decide to get anti-healing, then the bonus effects of Spirit Visage would be pretty much gone, right? Stay here, push for the objectives. Yeah, our flash is down. Pushing for the objectives here. Right, we cannot get the inhibitor yet, but that's actually fine. We don't want to take it too early though. But if we got it right here, then we could have turn towards the Baron. Gonna make sure I also stay up in farm, so I'm just gonna take every jungle camp I see here, just to deny their jungle as much as possible. Because she gets absolutely nothing. I have everything we can. Don't have Oracle and sub just yet. Nice, got the double buffs. That is huge. Now the base is pretty much open. They don't have any towers left, so you can just go ahead and pretty much end the game at this point. He does not have flash up. I'm gonna tank here for a bit, so he focuses me down instead of the minions. Easily he'll back up, should be no problems. Almost full HP again. Goes. Let's go ahead and end this game so we don't But that was the Volibear guy, guys, so I hope this was helpful, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.